Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Danny Alexa Design. My name is Danny, or Danny Alexa, or Daniela, whichever you prefer. I don't mind either. And in today's video, I thought that I'd do something a little fun, a little cool, a little creative. And I thought it would be cool to recreate another designer's design and give my 2 cents on it. Basically just talk about what I found to be very easy with the pattern, what I thought to be not easy, the things that I like, the things that I don't like. So today I will be working with the great Kiana Bonolla's patterns. If you don't know who she is a TikToker and YouTuber, and she makes a lot of reels on Instagram, and I've been following her for quite some time now. And I actually have been making a few of her patterns, and I absolutely love her work, her patterns, her aesthetic. I love that she puts so much time and effort into her patterns and making sure that she's putting something out into the world that is good. These are all of her patterns that I've printed out and kept for myself, and this is actually the pattern that I will be using today. It is her strapless mini dress and corset. I printed it out. This is what it looks like. And these are all of the pieces. These are what her patterns look like. And I bought it off of her Etsy. Her Etsy patterns are actually not that expensive, I think. Don't quote me if I'm wrong. I will put it up on the screen somewhere. But I believe I spent $12 on this pattern. This video isn't going to necessarily be a tutorial. She already has a tutorial on her YouTube page, and I will link that down below. So I will show you what I'm doing. I will explain what I'm doing, but it won't be a full-blown do this, and this. And I won't be showing me sewing every little detail because it's not my pattern. There's already a video out there for it, and she goes into way better detail than I do. So if you are very interested in that, go follow it. She also has a video, like a vlog style video of her buying the fabrics, patterning, all that good stuff. And if you are interested in that, I will also link that video down below. Let's get straight into the video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. But yeah, let's get into the video. So I have all my pieces for the dress cut out. I'm going to put these black pieces to the side just because I don't need them right now, and I'm going to focus on everything else. I made a little error. So as you can see, this is a skirt pattern. And then this is a skirt. This is the top, right here. The hearts on the skirt are upside down. So I noticed it like halfway through cutting out the top, and then like when I had one left of the panel for the skirt. But I just thought why not just continue as is. It might be cute to have like the alternating, the top going up, going the right side, and the bottom going the wrong side. I'm going to start with the top first. I'm going to start with the top. I'm going to line up all of my pieces in order of the way it's supposed to be worn. I don't know if you can tell, but I took in all the seams about a ½ inch just because it was a bit bigger than mine, and I did have to take it in on the corset. So all of the seams are a bit shorter. I don't know if it's gonna end up being weird, but it is what it is. I did what I needed to do. I might actually have to take in the waist as well at the side. At these side pieces, just because it's about 2 inches, like on the skirt I took it in about 2 inches, just because like my waist is a bit smaller than the dress, and then the actual circumference, so I just would feel more comfortable if I took it in. So first I'm going to iron everything and then sew up all the straight seams. Okay, so I finished the top half. Did not take me as long as I thought it was going to. This isn't going to be a lined garment, so it's not going to take me that long. Sorry I keep saying it's a bad habit my professor told me I need to get out of. But I went ahead and I sewed all the seams, and I actually serged everything, and I top stitched it down just for some effect, like the way top stitching looks. So that's the front, the top piece all done. Now I am going to move on to the skirt, and I want a slit in the skirt piece. I think I'm going to put the slit in the left leg. So I would have to do that. I'm gonna lay out my pieces just as I normally would do. This is the front. I don't have a lot of room, so probably won't see the whole thing. But front, side, front. So what I'm going to do is, since I want a slit, I'm going to first I'm going to press everything, and then I'm going to serge the edge of this side without taking it apart. And then I'm going to sew all the straight seams on all of the panels. And like I said, I might need to take it in. I actually did end up taking in the waist on the top. So at the side seams on the front and back side panels, I'm going to take it in about an inch. I'm not going to top stitch this skirt because when I attach it to the top and hem it, all the seams are gonna go towards this side anyway. So I'm just gonna give it a really good press, and I'm just gonna go from there. But first, I am going to press everything, and then I'm going to show you how I do my slits. Now that I have my two pieces ironed and serged, I actually she doesn't indicate a notch for the slit, so I'm just going to guesstimate. So I'm gonna do about 7 inches up on both sides. What I'm going to do is I'm going to clip into where I marked, clip into the seam allowance, but not too much. Should have did it in like another color marker, so that way I didn't get confused with the hearts. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pin everything up, matching up the notches. Okay, now I'm just going to sew the straight seam all the way down to the notch, and then I'm going to press it open. Now that I have it sewn, I have it pressed under like so. This is what it looks like from the other side. I just pressed it under continuously to keep it at the half-inch mark. And now what Kiana normally does in her videos is when she does a slit, she snips in on each side and then folds it in under another 1/4 of an inch just to like hide the serged edges. I personally, I don't care. I still think it looks very neat with the serged edge showing. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to top stitch about 1/4 of an inch up, take my needle, pivot, go this way, and then go back down. I'm gonna go 1/4 of an inch up, pivot, 1/4 of an inch back down. And then the slit is done and neat. And as you can tell, it looks very, very neat and cute as is. So yeah. And then what we're gonna do after that is just sew the rest of the straight seams and finish the skirt. After I sew all of the straight seams, then I'm going to serge and press, and then we can connect to the top. Just before I start on the rest of the skirt, I just wanted to give you a close-up of the stitches and the seams. Very, very neat, very, very nice. And on this side, it's not going to flip out, especially when you hem it, it's definitely not going to move. So I think this is a lot less complicated than Kiana's way, but please, if you want to do it her way, do it her way. If not, this is another way to do it. But yeah, now I'm just gonna sew up the rest of the seams and then serge them and press. Okay, now that I have everything sewn, pressed, and serged, now we can attach the top to the bottom. And now, because I've taken in the waist, everything should match up accordingly. So hopefully I can get all the seams to match up, because, you know, to make it look professional, you want to make sure you're matching up the seams. Okay, so I'm actually very happy because it seems to be matching up very, very, very well. And when you flip it over, it's really, really cute. I like it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to sew a straight seam all the way down, then I'm going to serge and then press the seam up towards the bodice piece, and I'm going to top stitch that edge to the, actually no, I'm going to press it towards the bottom, and then I'm going to top stitch. And then once I do that, I'm also going to serge down these edges without taking any seam allowance off, and then I will show you the next steps. Okay. Now that I have the dress sewn together, I'm very pleased with it so far because all the seams are matching up pretty well. Now I'm going to work on the zipper. I have this black zipper. I got black just to like offset, give it like a little oomph. So I have this invisible zipper. Oh, I sure did forget to notch where the zipper stop should be. So okay, now that I have my notch for the zipper in place, I am just going to iron this as flat as I can get it. I'm going to turn the zipper teeth out so that way it lays as flat as possible, and that way the zipper insertion will be as clean as possible. Okay, now that I have it pressed open, I'm going to pin one side of my dress and the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to lay the zipper flat the way it's supposed to when you zip it up. So this side would be here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip it and line it up with the edge of my garment, and then I'm just going to pin all the way down to my notch. Okay, now that I have my zipper all pinned and I have a horizontal pin to indicate where the notch is, I am going to use my invisible zipper foot. Looks like this. Just going to use that to stitch right up against the zipper teeth. And then I am going to use a pin to indicate the notch, the waistline, and the top of the zipper to transfer it over to the other side and sew it down. Okay, so I have the zipper in, and I actually had to redo it because I accidentally sewed one side to the wrong side. So the waist matches up pretty well. The bottom matches up pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my regular zipper foot and I am going to stitch up the rest of this seam. And get as close as I can to where the zipper stops, and then press it. And then we can try on the dress. Well, I'll try on the dress and you guys will not see it because I'm going to keep it a surprise. But then I'm going to try on the dress, make sure everything fits, and I'm going to go ahead and serge the bottom just to keep it clean and all that and prepare it for the hem. So yeah, then we're gonna move on to the band. Okay, I tried on the dress and wow, okay, it fits perfectly. It lines up perfectly with like my body, obviously, but like all of my math for like taking in and subtracting, it fits perfectly. It's a little bit bunchy on this side of the dress, but it's just like, it's fine. With the top stitching and everything, it would be a really big hassle to take it out. So yeah, I'm very happy with the outcome of this. I have so much blue thread that's just like popping up everywhere. So, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to cut down my zipper, because I'm very happy with the placement. I don't need to make any adjustments to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to cut a little bit beneath where my stitching line is, like right there. I'm going to cut about a ½ inch away from that, a little bit, maybe even a little bit more. So I'm just left with this. Probably just gonna toss it because I'm not gonna need it. And then I'm gonna take a lighter. Don't worry guys, I don't smoke. Asthma, lungs over here. No issues to anyone who does though. Do what you gotta do. But I'm gonna just take my lighter and I'm just going to burn the edge just to make sure it doesn't fray like what I just did. And it also keep the zipper from slipping out. I have to slow down my fan a little bit so it doesn't take it out. Oh. I actually like to give it a good burn so that way it's like it's fully melted together. And I'm just gonna turn it over and just kind of burn the zipper teeth so it melts into each other a little bit. Oop. Burn the hole. Now we should be good despite my hole in my zipper. But yeah, I am next on my list is, oh, I also pressed the zipper down so you don't, so it doesn't like roll out. And look at how clean that zipper is. It's, because it's black, you can see it a bit more than you would if it was pink, but I'd say it's a job well done. I'm actually really happy with it. Next, I'm going to work. I'm going to set this aside for a little while. And I am going to work on my neck facing and my neckband. So I have 2 pieces of my neckband and 1 of my facing. And my neckband and my facing, I'm 20,000% sure that I'm going to have to shorten it because I had to take in a lot for the bodice. So I'm expecting maybe 3 inches total. It's supposed to be yep. My mat has like a little ruler thing. So it's looking like I'm gonna have to reduce it by about 3 inches. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put the pieces back together like so. Inch and a half, just because that'll make 3 inches. An inch and a half on each side, and it'll make it 3 inches smaller. So that's an inch and a half. I'm gonna use this. Boom. And then this one, I'm also just gonna reduce it by an inch and a half as well on both sides, just to make sure, because this is the neckband is actually supposed to be shorter. So if this is longer, this is definitely longer. So we're just gonna reduce it by an inch and a half, which is exactly what I did for my my top. I reduced it all by a half an inch. So 6 seams by times a half an inch. It was 3 inches total. So just gonna straighten it out. Boom. And now what I'm gonna do is for the facing, I am going to serge the side and the bottom and up the side, but I'm not going to be serging the top. And then for this, for the neckband, I am going to be putting right sides together of the neckband, and I am going to sew again along the bottom. Actually, I'm going to sew along the sides, the bottom, and the side again, and again I'm leaving the top open. I might end up top stitching it with pink thread. That would be cute. That would be cute. I'm gonna top stitch it with pink thread, and then I'm gonna attach it to the bodice. Okay, now I have the neckband pressed, sewn. I decided not to serge it because I just wanted to get rid of as much bulk, so I just cut it down as much as possible. And now it's nice and flat and even, but I don't know. Now I don't know if I want to top stitch it down because I kind of like how it looks as is. But I don't know. The only thing is when you top stitch, this is kind of the same fabric. When you top stitch it, it kind of gets wiggly. Like, can you tell how wiggly it is on this fabric? So I don't know. I thought it would be like a cute touch because you see how the black on pink on this? I kind of like that, but it's just like, I don't know. And then I do like how the dress is black and pink. I mean, what could it hurt? I can just top stitch it, and if I don't like it, I can just take it out. It would take more time, but yeah. I'm gonna do it, and then if I don't like it, then I will just take it out and iron it down so it doesn't look all weird. But I think it would be like a cute addition. So I'm gonna top stitch it, and then we're gonna put everything together. Yay! Okay, so I've top stitched it and I've decided that it was a good choice. I'm very much happy with the way it looks. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold it in half and mark the center front. Well, not mark. I'm going to notch in the center front. Like so. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the facing. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the dress, the front. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up the center front notches. And Kiana says that the neckband should be a bit shorter than the actual top. So I'm gonna pin this as best as I can, so that way it all lines up the way it's supposed to. Okay, people, we are at the home stretch because bam! She ran out of thread. She definitely ran out of thread, but she's looking so nice. Definitely the black on pink definitely worked. definitely going to hand sew down these at the back, this side, and I might do 2 at the side front just to keep it down. But definitely going to tack down the facing at the side seams, and I think at the front seams to keep it in. But even look at the inside. Look at the inside. The inside looks spectacular as well. So we are very, very close to the finish line. It is 1:57, so I'm not going to bed until like 2:30, maybe 3, probably closer to 3. Now all I see, ran out of thread, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to press up my hem an inch, and then all I'm going to do is just top stitch it. That's all I'm going to do for the hem, because that's why I serged it, just to keep it cute, keep it simple. And yeah, it's going to be the easiest hem. So just fold it up about an inch and then just top stitch it, and then you'll be done with the dress itself. And then I am going to hand sew the facing down at the side seams and the center front seam, as well as sew down the neckband at the center front and the side seams and at the very back. We'll be done, and I'll show you how everything looks. Because guys, this dress, it's honestly amazing. Okay, gonna finish the hem, hand sew, and then we're done. Alright, and here is the finished dress. I think it's perfect and I'm very happy with how it fits. Overall, I give this pattern a 9 out of 10, only a 9 because I did have some fit issues in the beginning, but thank you, Kiana, for such an amazing pattern. If you would like to see more from me, please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!